The Strangest Secret EP.4 by Earl Nightingale. And fourth, save at least 10 cents 10% of every dollar you earn. It is also remembering that no matter what your present job, it has enormous possibilities, if you are willing to pay the price. Let's go over the important points in the price each of us must pay to achieve the wonderful life that can be ours. It is of course worth any price. 1. Think constructively. You will become what you think about. 2. Imagine. Remember the word imagination and let your mind begin to soar. 3. Courage. Concentrate on your goal every day. 4. Save 10% of what you earn. 5. Action. Ideas are worthless unless we act on them. Now, I'll outline the 30-day test I want you to make, keeping in mind that you have nothing to lose by making this test, and everything you could possibly want to gain. There are two things that may be said about everyone: 1. Each of us wants something, and 2. Each of us is afraid of something. For the next 30 days, follow each of these steps every day until you have achieved your goal. First, I want you to write on a card what it is you want more than anything else. It may be more money. Perhaps you'd like to double your income or make a specific amount of money. It may be a beautiful home. It may be success at your job. It may be a particular position in life. It could be a more harmonious family. Each of us wants something. Write down on your card specifically what it is you want. Make sure it's a single goal and clearly defined. You need not show it to anyone, in fact often it is best not to. Cast not your pearls before swine, lest they trample them, and turn again and rend you. Matthew chapter 7. Carry the card with you so that you can look at it several times a day. Think about your goals in a cheerful, relaxed, positive way each morning when you get up, and immediately you have something to work for, something to get out of bed for, something to live for. Look at the goals written on your card every chance you get during the day and just before going to bed at night. As you look at it, remember that you must become what you think about, and since you're thinking about your goal, you realize that soon it will be yours. In fact, it is really yours the moment you write it down and begin to think about it. Look at the abundance all around you as you go about your daily business. You have as much right to this abundance as any living creature. It is yours for the asking. Now we come to the difficult part. Difficult because it means the formation of what is probably a brand new habit. New habits are not easily formed. Once formed, however, they will follow you for the rest of your life. Second, stop thinking about what it is you fear. Each time a fearful or negative thought comes into your conscious mind, replace it with a mental picture of your positive and worthwhile goal. And there will come times when you'll feel like giving up. It's easier for a human being to think negatively than positively. That's why only 5% are successful. You must begin now to place yourself in that group. 5%. For 30 days you must take control of your mind. It will think about only what you permit it to think about. Each day for this 30-day test, do more than you have to do. In addition to maintaining a cheerful, positive outlook, give of yourself more than you have ever done before. Do this knowing that your returns in life must be in direct proportion to what you give. The moment you decide on a goal to work toward, you immediately are a successful person. You are then in that rare and successful category of people who know where they are going. Out of every 100 people, you belong to the top 5. Don't concern yourself too much with how you are going to achieve your goal. Leave that completely to a power greater than yourself. All you have to know is where you are going. The answers will come to you of their own accord and at the right time. Remember these words from the Sermon on the Mount, and remember them well. Keep them constantly before you this month of your test. Ask, and it shall be given you; seek, and ye shall find; knock, and it shall be opened unto you. For every one that asketh receiveth. It is as marvelous and as simple as that. In fact, it is so simple, that in our seemingly complicated world, it is difficult for an adult to understand that all they need is a purpose, and faith. For 30 days, do your very best. If you are a salesman, go at it as you have never done before, not in a hectic fashion, but with the calm, cheerful assurance that time well spent will give you the abundance in return that you want. If you are a homemaker, devote your 30-day test to completely giving of yourself without thinking of receiving anything in return, and you will be amazed at the difference it makes in your life. No matter what your job, do it as you have never done before, and if you have kept your goal before you every day for 30 days, you will wonder and marvel at this new life you have found. Dorothea Brande, the outstanding editor and writer, discovered it for herself and talks about it in her fine book Wake Up and Live. Her entire philosophy is reduced to the words, act as though it were impossible to fail. She made her own test with sincerity and faith, and her entire life was changed to overwhelming success. Now, you make your test for 30 full days. Don't start your test until you have made up your mind to stick with it. You see, by being persistent, you are demonstrating faith. Persistence is simply another word for faith. If you did not have faith, you would never persist. If you should fail within your first 30 days, by that I mean you suddenly find yourself overwhelmed by negative thoughts, you have to start over again from that point and go 30 more days. Gradually, your new habit will form, until you find yourself one of that wonderful minority to whom virtually nothing is impossible. And don't forget the card. It is vitally important as you begin this new way of living. On one side of the card, write your goal, whatever it may be. On the other side, write the words we've quoted from the Sermon on the Mount. Ask, and it shall be given you, seek, and ye shall find, knock, and it shall be opened unto you. For every one that asketh receiveth. In your spare time during your test period, read books that will help you. Read at least 15 minutes each day. Inspirational books like the Bible, Dorothea Brande's Wake Up and Live, if you can still find a copy, The Magic of Believing by Claude Bristol, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, and other books that instruct and inspire. Nothing great was ever accomplished without inspiration. See that during these crucial first 30 days your own inspiration is kept to a peak. Above all, don't worry. Worry brings fear, and fear is crippling. The only thing that can cause you to worry during your test is trying to do it all yourself. Know that all you have to do is hold your goal before you, everything else will take care of itself. Remember also to keep calm and cheerful, don't let petty things annoy you and get you off course. Now, since making this test is difficult, some will say, why should I bother? Well, look at the alternative. No one wants to be a failure. No one really wants to be a mediocre individual. No one wants a life constantly full of fear and worry and frustration. Therefore, remember that you must reap that what you sow. If you sow negative thoughts, your life will be filled with negative things. If you sow positive thoughts, your life will be cheerful, successful, and positive. Gradually you will have a tendency to forget what you have just learned, heard. Read this again each week. Download the audio version. Keep reminding yourself of what you must do to form this new habit. Gather your whole family around at regular intervals and listen to what has been said here. Most people will tell you that they want to make money, without understanding the law. The only people who make money work in a mint. The rest of us must earn money. This is what causes those who keep looking for something for nothing, or a free ride, to fail in life. The only way to earn money is by providing people with services or products which are needed and useful. We exchange our time and our product or service for the other person's money. Therefore, the law is that our financial return will be in direct proportion to our service. Success is not the result of making money. Earning money is the result of success, and success is in direct proportion to our service. Most people have this law backwards. They believe that you are successful if you earn a lot of money. The truth is that you can only earn money after you are successful. It's like the man who stands in front of the stove and says to it, "Give me heat and then I'll add the wood." How many men and women do you know, or do you suppose there are today, who take the same attitude toward life? There are millions. We've got to put the fuel in before we can expect heat. Likewise, we've got to be of service first before we can expect money. Don't concern yourself with the money. Be of service, build, work, dream, create. Do this and you'll find there is no limit to the prosperity and abundance that will come to you. Prosperity is founded upon a law of mutual exchange. Any person who contributes to prosperity must prosper in turn themselves. Sometimes the return will not come from those you serve, but it must come to you from someplace, because that is the law. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. As you go daily through your 30-day test period, your success will always be measured by the quality and quantity of service you render, and money is a yardstick for measuring this service. No person can get rich themselves, unless they first enrich others. There are no exceptions to a law. You can drive down any street and from your car estimate the service that is being rendered by the people living on that street. Have you ever thought of this yardstick before? It's interesting. Some, like ministers, priests and other devoted people, measure their returns in the realm of the spiritual, but again their returns are equal to their service. Once this law is understood, any thinking person can tell their own fortune. If they want more, they must be of more service to those he receives his return. If they want less, they have only to reduce their service. This is the price you must pay for what you want. If you believe you can enrich yourself by deluding others, you can end only by deluding yourself. It may take some time, but as surely as you breathe, you will get back what you put out. Don't ever make the mistake of thinking you can avert this. It's impossible. The prisons and the streets where the lonely walk are filled with people who tried to make new laws just for themselves. We may avoid the laws of men for a while, but there are greater laws that cannot be broken.